Today it's Friday, February 24, 2023. I received yesterday night the crankshaft back from the machine shop. Alright, after polishing it, it looks beautiful like how it was before I sent it. Before I sent for polishing, it was nice and true. I already checked it. All the journals, they are excellent. Alright, it came with the oil and the grease, how they're sending it to me usually. And on this one, they polish also where it sits the crankshaft rear seal. I'm happy. They didn't touch here front. Alright, which color is this one? Yellow, white, white, yellow, white. Alright, then, just to be on the same page, the other two M057 crankshafts are here. This is the one that I opened today. Alright, these two crankshafts, they have from 5 to 700 millimeter run out. They're bent. Fine, just only I want to show you that I'm using this crank and continue working on it. Back inside of the engine room. Now, the crankshaft, like I'm doing all the time, it's nice and true from number 1 to number 5 journal. Alright, it's clean. I wash it with petrol. I check the oil galleries, don't have anything inside, there is no grease or something or debris or whatever or garbage. Okay, we are talking about the same crank that I showed you earlier. Fine, that was the first stage, that checking that's running through. We are starting from there. Then you see that the journals are nice and polished. Fine, that you have a nice healthy surfaces. Then it's the time for the dimensions. How much dimensions has the number 1 journal, front, back, here at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And compare this journal with the rest. The last checkup is gonna be with the plastic cage installed, without oil, the main bearings, without lubrication on the main bearings, checking with the plastic cage. And the last checkup is gonna be after the final installation with the new crankshaft bearing cap bolts, torqued down to specs, to see how it spins. If it bites somewhere, or if it makes all this 360, if it spins 360 without biting anywhere. Alright? On a crankshaft, like any other part, because it's gonna be clean, this doesn't mean that's new, that's on specs. Alright? You try to verify that it is on specs. You try to see that's okay, because like I said, it went for polishing. Alright? Some things like this is because it was a petrol and I blow with air and it spread like that. It's beautiful. At the end I'm gonna make with a brake cleaner when I finish it, because again I have to put the plastic cage, you know, so I have to wash it again. It's not the final, that's what I'm saying. And nothing. I need to bring the bucket of petrol here. I need to continue. I have to measure it, pen and paper, and I have to clean also the block once again, because there is some oil inside. How many times I'm gonna wash this stupid block? And remove the collar from here, remove the main bearings, and moving on. So, pen and paper dimensions, and then continue. I haven't made yet the gap. I didn't make the piston ring gap. I have to do also the piston ring gap. Yay! Usually I'm doing the piston ring gap before I put the crankshaft. Yeah, I might do that again. Alright, moving on. Continue with the piston ring gap. First get the measurement, then start cutting it. This is to square the piston ring, by the way, this piece here. Alright, I have a video before with the same tool. I'm just saying again, I'm repeating again. It's 0 on the stone, squared, and then you remove how much you want to remove, how much is your target. Moving on. If you have done your homework and everything is nice, that's what you're expecting to see. That's what you're expecting to see. When you choose the right bearings and you have to deal with the healthy parts, that's amazing. It's not something new always like that, but I'm happy when I don't have a headache, because I have to go through different size bearings to make small adjustments. But if you measure it, you're close, you're choosing the bearings that make sense. The upper one, you choose the same what says here. It's to be okay the deck. And if the main line, center line here, it's nice and straight, it's gonna give you good clearance. The correct clearance, the proper clearance for this setup. Okay? I didn't show you nothing about the pistonics, right? Yeah, okay. Pistoning gap, it's already been done. The piston connectors, it's in order. This wrist pin, this is safe, this piston, and this connecting rod, it's for the number 1 cylinder, and then continue second, third, fourth, till the number 8, alright? Now, need to take out the crankshaft, need to clean it, to remove the plastic cage, need to remove also the plastic cage from the main bearings, need to get the new bolts down. I cannot use this one again, alright? This, you're gonna tell me how you're torquing down the crankshaft bearing caps, right? Listen up how it's going on. When you're going to a torque sequence and you're following the 90 degrees, if you get a digital torque wrench, the one that I have that I showed you before, you see one number and you get an average. How much is supposed to be the outer, how much is going to be the inner, the forces, okay? I don't care about the stretch at this point because I'm using again the old bolts. So when I'm on the same Newton meters, on the inner or the outer, like when it is the new bolt after stretching it, I'm happy. That's what I want to see. Enough talking, continue working, right? There is no reason to stay out since it's been tested, since it's been checked. Something for the end. This is for a peace of mind. This is to know that, you know what, you're not scratching your head, you're not saying, it might work, it might not work. No, it passed through your hand, you see that you have straight crank on the correct dimensions, the journals, correct clearance, you choose the correct bearings, and you move on. Like this, you can sleep at night more peacefully. You don't have any headache. Alright, makes sense, right? Moving on. Finish with the crankshaft. Everything is fine. Like usual. This is what you're expecting, alright? Now, these are the old bolts. I have also a dumper pulley bolt. I throw it there inside. This going out. Whoops. There you go. Let's continue with the Piston connecting rods. Assembly lubricant. Let's put together. And the special tool. Saturday, February 25th, 2023. Yesterday I had to stop. I couldn't continue yesterday. So where am I today? I have already put the crankshaft rear seal. Alright. I'm pointing on the date. 30th of September 2021. There you go. Alright. So crankshaft on. Let's move on. I put lubrication only on the wrist pin because I didn't want to have it oily and stuck something on it. And like always, it been placed gently on the steel table. I'm not scratching it on the table. Just for those who are saying that you make a scratch, I don't make any scratch. I'm just placing there like that. I'm not moving it. Yeah, anything else? No, nothing. Let's start. Now, piston connecting rods in place, double checking that's in correct order, in the orientation, alright. Double checking that the connecting rod has the correct number in all of them. Making it upside down, checking the oil jet to piston clearance and to the connecting rod. Don't have any problem, don't have any contact, the cooling jet to the connecting rod to the piston, alright. Stretch cage, torque wrench, and the normal one to open the bolt to torque down the connecting rod bolts. Once again, this is my checklist. Moving on. So, should I move it? Yeah. Nice, like any other time. Beautiful. Now, upside down, once again, I'm starting from the first cylinders, number 1 and number 5, and I'm going my way back to the number 8 and number 4. Okay, I'm not going to see which one's at bottom dead center to check it. One at a time to make sure that everything's okay. The bolts, it's not been torqued down. For final, it's only 20 Newton meters. I have to lose it. I have to measure it before and after. So that's a classic. Another thing to check that the connecting rods, they sit properly when you rotate the engine. When you're rotating the engine, you want to see that has equal distance, that you don't see any connecting rod stuck on this side or it goes more in. Exactly as it is right now. This indicates that there is no any problem, right? It's like I said, this is my checklist to have a peace of mind, because routine can kill the quality. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying to you, but when you are doing something again and again and again, you might forget something. You might say, yeah, you know what, it's easy, let us say. No, it's not like that. You have to be extra careful when you have done something 100 times. Once again, moving on, checking again and again and again to make sure that everything is gonna be fine. Now, time for the timing. Yay. On the left, the old guide. On the right, the new guide. Same thing here, same thing here. Old tensioner, new tensioner. Alright. New chain and guide. Alright. And old chain and guide. Alright, now all these things, like I've said 1 million times, doesn't belong to me. We're getting this, this, and this. Putting it inside. Getting this. I have somewhere the box from the new one. Alright, so this back to the owner. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, nice, splendid. Moving on. Let's put the timing chain on. Yeah. Doesn't matter how many years they're gonna pass. Doesn't matter how many times I'm gonna ask for the same thing again and again. That I'm saying all the time, I need to put a new wiring that comes here from the solenoid of the oil pump till here. We don't have, and now we send the driver to go to the supplier to pick up the extension, and I have to wait. Lovely. Every fucking time the same thing. And I'm saying, bring me one piece, let us say now, this happened, I don't know, 100 times. I'm saying all the time, bring one piece for me now to use it to start closing the engine to continue, and order 10 pieces to have as a backup. Nothing happening. They bring me one and they don't order anything else. Same thing like the fitting here. It had to pass 5-6 years for this fitting. Finally we have, now they're coming less. I think we have another 1 or 2. Alright? They're not gonna order again. They're not gonna order again. I know. I'm gonna need one, and then we're gonna waiting whenever they will gonna send a driver to go to pick up the part and bring back again. Splendid. And finally, after 3 hours, almost 3 hours, 15 minutes to make to be 3 hours. Okay, the cable arrived. How lovely! Something that we're supposed to have it here, right? Finish with the oil pan, the cable extension there, making it upside up, covering it, continue on Monday. Today it's Saturday. Have a nice weekend.